We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with some interesting news regarding the perspective of some WWE superstars behind the scenes after Triple H essentially took over creative for the main roster once Vince McMahon suddenly stepped down and retired. While most wrestling fans are in full agreement that Triple H taking over creative in WWE is an amazing thing, with there already being lots of proof of that notion being true, including the fantastic SummerSlam 2022 premium live event and the Monday Night Raw episode following SummerSlam. But apparently some WWE superstars are a bit worried with Triple H taking over control of creative. Although this massive change behind the scenes in WWE is definitely going to be benefiting some wrestlers in the company who were really not being utilized to their fullest potential under Vince McMahon's eyes, a notable name being Tommaso Ciampa, according to one of our sources, some talent within WWE are a bit worried that they will be losing their spot with Triple H taking over as the head of creative, mainly because they feel Triple H has a completely different opinion or vision on who he feels deserves to be promoted and pushed and those who don't, because by all means Triple H has a much different perspective than Vince McMahon, and some of the superstars that were receiving a ton of spotlight and pushes with Vince McMahon controlling things may not be getting that same treatment now that Triple H is going to be running things. In all honesty, one of the best examples of a star that was doing great under Vince McMahon's creative control, who may not be pushed to the same degree now that Triple H is booking things, would be Omos, who Vince clearly saw massive potential in, despite fans not really getting behind him. And Triple H may not be so eager to push Omos the way Vince McMahon was, because in reality, Omos did not really take off so to speak in WWE, despite multiple pushes, and has really failed to gain any momentum with fans despite all the spotlight. And Omos likely is not going to be one of the superstars Triple H plans to really push moving forward, so it is understandable to some extent that some superstars within WWE feel their positions could be changing now that Vince McMahon has stepped down and Triple H has taken over creative. Regardless, while it could be bad news for some WWE superstars, given the fact that most fans feel Triple H has a much better understanding of what fans want to see in this day and age, it is extremely likely that the wrestlers fans want to see pushed and given the spotlight will be, and the superstars Vince McMahon was really promoting that weren't clicking with fans likely won't be. Again, Ciampa is a great example of a star who will likely be doing much bigger and better things on the main roster with Triple H at the helm, and that really should not be any surprise given how well he was booked in NXT under Triple H's booking, hence why Ciampa recently earned a United States Championship opportunity on Raw last night. And by all means, most feel Tommaso Ciampa deserves every bit of this push he's seemingly in line for on Monday Night Raw moving forward, and hopefully he will get a run with that US title in the very near future. Now, speaking of Triple H taking control of WWE creative, the fact that Vince McMahon stepped down and retired will not only cause there to be huge changes when it comes to the way things are booked on the main roster, but also this is likely going to result in Triple H bringing some previously released or fired superstars back to the company, who are either unhappy in WWE when Vince McMahon was in charge, or simply were not in Vince's good books and were released when they really should not have been. Now, one of the bigger stories about this is in regards to Sasha Banks and Naomi, who, for those of you unaware, have reportedly come to an agreement to return to WWE in the near future, and work for the company now that Triple H is in charge of creative. By all means, it likely won't be ending with Sasha Banks' and Naomi's returns to WWE with Triple H taking over creative, because according to one of our sources, there's actually a very good chance that Triple H will at least be trying to bring back the Fiend Bray Wyatt to the company, someone that Triple H always saw big potential in, but when Vince McMahon was in charge of the main roster, the Fiend Bray Wyatt just was not a priority or seen as a big deal, hence why Vince made that shocking call to release Bray Wyatt out of nowhere last year, something that didn't sit well with Triple H, who clearly realized that Bray Wyatt was one of the absolute top stars in the company, and deserving of that position as well. Now, even though things were not left off on a good note whatsoever between Bray Wyatt and WWE after his release last year, there still had been rumors that Bray Wyatt could have been returning to WWE when Vince McMahon was still in charge, and considering the relationship between Wyatt and Vince was strained at best, now that Triple H is in control of creative, the chances of Bray Wyatt returning to WWE and working under Triple H's creative direction are actually very strong according to one of our sources. The Fiend Bray Wyatt is definitely a superstar WWE should be wanting to bring back, and Triple H is apparently working on that happening if new rumors are true. Now as well, besides Sasha Banks, Naomi, and possibly the Fiend Bray Wyatt as well, who else would you like to see Triple H try and bring back to WWE now that he is in charge of creative? Let us know down in the comment section below. Now, there had been rumors and speculation that Becky Lynch could have been legitimately injured following her Raw Women's Championship match against Bianca Belair at the SummerSlam 2022 Premium Live event, and unfortunately these rumors proved to be true the following night on Monday Night Raw. It was sadly revealed that Becky Lynch suffered a separated shoulder at SummerSlam, and as a result of this unfortunately timed injury, Becky will be out of action from WWE for several months, with Becky Lynch appearing on Raw last night basically confirming this news. Without question, many fans are truly upset over Becky Lynch's injury, and there really is no clear timetable on when we could expect to see Becky Lynch back in action, as WWE were pretty vague on giving fans the timetable for Becky's comeback, with WWE simply saying several months is likely. However, according to a new behind-the-scenes rumor, while Becky Lynch could theoretically be medically cleared to return later on this year, likely in late fall 2022, WWE are reportedly considering for Becky Lynch's return to be delayed until next year's Royal Rumble event. So even if Becky could come back in the fall, WWE as of right now apparently want Becky Lynch to return at the 2023 Royal Rumble event, so she will be out of action for quite a significant amount of time if these new reports are true, which again is pretty unfortunate, although it will make for a very monumental return for Becky Lynch at the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns may have walked out of SummerSlam 2022 and still the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, but with Vince McMahon retiring from WWE and Triple H taking over control of creative, compounded by the fact that Roman Reigns is now a part-time superstar for WWE, there are plenty of rumors going around that we are witnessing the end of Roman Reigns' dominant run as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, and it may very well be a familiar face who dethrones Roman of the Championships. Now on Monday Night Raw last night, Roman's former Shield brother Seth Rollins teased that he intends to turn his attention to Roman Reigns and the undisputed WWE Universal title now that Riddle is out of the picture, and this really should not come as any surprise or shock, seeing as though Seth Rollins was always one of Triple H's personal favorites, more so than Roman Reigns, hence why Triple H really tried to convince McMahon to give Seth Rollins that big push all those years ago. And things may be coming full circle, with Triple H seemingly planning for Seth Rollins to finally return to the main event title scene and set his sights on Roman Reigns' undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And with all the rumors going around that Roman's going to be losing his title soon, a new backstage rumor has revealed that Seth Rollins is now a very strong candidate to be the superstar to finally put an end to Roman's dominant title run in the very near future.